In this video, I'm going to share with you the very best piece of art business advice that I've ever received from another artist. Now, there's been lots of people who have given me lots of advice about running my business over the years, and some of it's been really good, and a lot of it's just been really bad, and it's not been useful for me at all. And maybe I'll do a video later on about some of the bad advice that I've gotten, but I thought it'd be better to do a video about the best advice. Now, I wish I could tell you what this artist's name was, but I don't know his name. I'll give you a little context here. I was at an art fair about 5 years ago, and it was one of those art fairs that was like a really big mistake for me to do because it was super slow. It was in Arkansas, so we had traveled 5 hours to get there. We had to pay for booth fees and hotel fees and all that stuff, plus the costs of our products and everything. And you know, yeah, no one really showed up to the event, and all the vendors there was maybe like 200 of us. We were all in the same position, just having awful sales and hoping that we could just break even. But the silver lining was that we had a lot of time to talk to each other. And there was this couple, an older couple, like maybe 70 or 80. They were much into their retirement age, and he was walking with a cane, and they were selling jewelry, which was her art and craft that she sold. But he came over to my booth and he showed me pictures of these beautiful sculptures that he made, and he sold sculptures all over the world. He was showing me one of an Indian. It was like a very innate Indian headdress that he carved out of one solid piece of wood. It was huge. I mean, it's like stood like as tall as a person, and he sold that to President Jimmy Carter, which was so awesome. So this guy, he'd been around the block a few times with art business, and the advice he gave me was to not let anything stop me, to just keep going, keep following my passion and my dreams. Now, this is something that you would think would be kind of an obvious advice to get, but it has been something that has stuck with me over the last 5 years. I think this has been so meaningful to me because time and time again in my art career, I have thought about giving up, and I'm so glad that I did. And I'm so glad every time I come to kind of like a roadblock in my career or something that's standing in my way, I'm so glad that I just keep pushing on, because there's always a solution. And I always look at, no matter what it is, and a lot of times the things for me that are standing in my way are physical, because I have tendonitis everywhere, and so it really makes it difficult sometimes for me to create art and do the things that I want to do. But every time I come to this roadblock or come to this challenge in my life, I can always find a workaround. And it might not come right away. You know, sometimes it takes me a little bit of thinking about it and trying out different things before I can figure it out. You know, for example, with art fairs, I can't do art fairs by myself. I have to have help because I can't lift anything over 5 pounds. And so it's like art fairs, you're lifting like heavy boxes and you're erecting like tents, and you know, you have to lift at least like 20 to 40 pounds to be able to do these things, and you have to drive long distances. My wrist can't handle holding onto the steering wheel for more than about 15 or 20 minutes at a time, and so there's lots of challenges. What I found is that I can hire people to help me do that though, and so that's good. I just need to sell more art, then I can hire people, and it all works out. And so I think this is one of the things, you know, everybody has their own kind of challenge or thing that happens in their life that will maybe stop them from wanting to make art or pursue their passion in whatever way that is. Sometimes it's other people spreading their judgment upon you. Like, I know some people have family members, and I've had this in the past whenever I was first starting my art business, and they're kind of like, you know, how are you going to make a living as an artist? You know, they kind of think that it's not going to work, but you don't have to listen to what other people say. Just listen to what's in your heart and what you are passionate about, and go for it. And yeah, like that old man told me at that art fair 5 years ago, don't ever stop. So yeah, I would love to hear what you all think. If you have experienced this, just like pushing through a challenge, and if you have any tips for anybody else for, you know, doing that, like creating more art or making your business move forward, or anything in your life, getting past the obstacles, I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, thank you so much for watching.